Meeting to order. I have to say who's in attendance.
Yeah.
I'll do a roll call.
Julie Byers present.
Laura Schifrin present.
Were you checking?
Carol McCarthy present.
And you guys, did you all have a chance to review the minutes?
Yes.
Yes. I'll make a motion. We approve the minutes as emailed to us. Sorry, I don't have the date.
Did she?
Can somebody fill that one in?
January 25th.
It's January 25th.
Yeah, she made a motion to accept.
Oh, you did make the motion. Any second on that motion?
So I'll second that.
Okay. Roll. All in favor?
Julie Byers, yes.
Laura Schifrin, yes.
Carol Conti, yes. Okay.
Can we make, I don't know if we have to do this every meeting, but can we make a motion for the chair to sign everything so you guys don't all have to make a trip down? Or if you want to make a trip down, you're welcome to.
So I'll make a motion that the chair can sign any documents that need to be signed on behalf of the board.
Okay.
And I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Julie Byers, yes.
Laura Schifrin, yes.
Carol Conti, yes.
So Carol will be signing a couple of motor vehicle commitments, some motor vehicle abatement report, bills payable, nothing out of the ordinary. And you guys got before, and instead of doing the abatement applications, we'll do that last because we have to go into executive session. Did you get the planning board mandatory referral for 32 Main Street? About the food truck?
About the what?
The food truck.
Oh, the food truck.
Yeah. 9 food trucks, actually. 9 food truck setup stations, a bathhouse, approximately 82 parking spots, and 20 outdoor picnic tables.
Where's 32 Main Street? Can somebody orient
It's
me
right.
there?
Okay, so 20 Main Street is that little white house that's next to Patriot Pizza.
Okay.
Trying to think what 32 looks like. Let me just look
So
it up.
isn't that the one that was the
Oh,
watch
you know what it used to be? It was the blue building that's all beat up. It used to be a clock shop.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Thank you.
So,
Yep.
just a minute.
And what are the pictures from? Just another truck site?
Seriously, I have showings going on. Okay, so again, let's come back to who we are. And we are the Board of Assessors. And so our referral is to be that of how we look at this from an assessing point of view. And I guess I would ask Vicki, how would that relate to, in reference to the house that was there, let's say,
Yeah.
and the same acreage, and the fact that how will the food trucks be assessed and the picnic tables and the fact that it is a business, a more formidable, if you will, business of creating more activity than the clock shop. Let's say.
Yeah. Well, the clock shop, that was mixed use, so it wasn't totally commercial. This will be totally commercial. So the setup stations is something new for me. I'll have to find out about how we assess food trucks, since we've never had any here and I don't have any in Dunstable. But I'm sure I can find that out. The bathhouse is easy enough. Parking lot, that'll be, I'm sure, paid, so that's taxable, all the spots. And outdoor picnic tables, I feel like we can't tax outdoor picnic tables because they're, but I guess personal property. We could tax them as personal property.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So, and when is the public hearing? Is it the 14th? I'm not here either, I think. Is it the 14th?
Yep.
Yeah, I gave them notice last night that I would not, I'm not supposed to be here anyway. That doesn't mean that
Yeah.
it won't happen, but I guess I mean, it depends on the other board members as well, but I guess I would be okay with giving the planning board the information of what the new assessed, should the business take place with the plan that they've presented, what would be the assessed value for both the personal property and it would be estimated, I know, but in the equipment, and what would that mean in tax dollars to the town?
Okay.
And that would be the extent of my comment in reference to the assessors board.
Okay. Could do that.
But I'm only one member.
So I agree with what you said.
Yeah.
I don't know how you assess a food truck that's on wheels, and it sounds like
food trucks. Now that I'm saying out loud, the picnic tables are personal property. I think the food trucks are probably going to be personal property.
yeah, because they're not affixed to the land; they move.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So I think they'll probably be personal property also.
And is it that this guy he has the space ready and he invites other people who have food trucks to come in to use the space? Is that how it works?
I don't really know.
That's how other sites that I'm familiar with do it. That's how they do it.
Yeah. So now you're talking about like a bunch of other people that it's their property, not his property, personal property.
Oh, you're right. You see, he's got to have 9 setup stations, but he's not necessarily owning 9 trucks and stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to talk to Beth and get more information.
Yeah.
And then-
I'd assume he had like a lease or something with the other trucks.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They could rent a spot too.
Yeah.
Oh, they will?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's $2,000.
Yeah. All right, well, I'll get more information from Beth, and then I'll put together an estimated assessed value for personal property and the land and building as it'll be if they're doing it that way. Are they going to take the building down? No, they have to have the kitchen there, right? It has to be tied into
No.
No?
All these trucks are self-equipped.
Oh,
Right.
They're all going to have to be approved by the Board of Health
okay.
or the state or whoever does that.
It's like Jody said, it's like a campground for food trucks.
Yeah.
Because I thought in Dunstable that they had to actually be tied into they had to have a kitchen.
The trucks might have a kitchen.
Food truck, yeah, they all have a kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, this will be all something new for us. And they were just saying at our department head meeting today, we need more revenue.
But it does bring people in. The ones that I've been to, it brings a lot of people in.
Yeah, but bringing people in isn't going to do anything for the town.
Yeah.
It's going to do 2 things for the people that own the food trucks.
They'll be buying gas. They'll be going to the store.
I agree with Carol because I think the more liveliness that you can bring to the town, it will have a ripple effect, of helping other businesses. And that was the point I was going to make. Well, aren't we supposed to help businesses flourish? So isn't that what we want?
We're always good about that here in Townsend, Lori.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying that I think although the words have been said, for many, many, many years, and really we have nothing in place except some of the new master plan that is targeting economic growth. One person or one board can't do it all. It really has to be everyone's on the same page and cooperative to get this goal done, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Seems like everything takes forever.
Mm-hmm. We don't have forever, Lori. We don't have forever.
No, I don't anyway.
All right, so that takes care of that. This was not on the agenda, but the accountant approached me today to see if we would be willing to release some excess overlay. I guess we're like $750,000 in the red for the fiscal year 23 budget. So they're looking to get money anywhere they can. And I believe you guys got a copy of the ledger balance for did you?
Yes.
Okay. So normally, if you're looking at this form, we usually set aside $130,000 when we're doing the budgeting process to go into the overlay account. Last year, for fiscal year 22, we had excess levy, so we were able to put $278,000 towards there. So we have much more than we normally have. So I'm comfortable with releasing $50,000, but I wanted to run it by you guys and see what you think. I mean, we've done it in the past when we've had some, but we've never had this much extra.
How much did you want to do, did you say?
50?
Is that what they asked for?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm good
Yeah,
with it.
and then we put another 130 in for 23. So we have a bigger buffer than we've ever had because of the excess levy last year.
Okay.
So
I'll make a motion that we contribute $50,000 from our overlay account to the operating budget for 2023.
yep.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Julie Byers, yes.
Laura Schifrin, yes.
Carol LaConte, yes.
Thank you. Everybody will appreciate that.
Also asking if we could increase the.
Oh yeah. Well, before we talked about releasing excess overlay, he sent me an email and said, at your meeting, could you relook at the forecast for fiscal year 23, new growth and overlay, and increase the one and decrease the other? So I'm supposed to say, yeah, we're going to give you more new growth, and yeah, you can take. I'm not going to use as much overlay. I'm not changing that. I mean,
I want to know where he thinks the new growth is coming from.
Well, that's what I did. Yeah.
And do you have that? Remember we asked, and I can't remember which committee it was in, but I know that I asked the question, it might have been about the housing production plan. I asked the question of how many permits have been issued in the last 5 years or 6 years.
Well, actually, the question you asked was, you wanted the building permits from 200 from 2000 to 2010, then from 2011 to 2020, and then what was happening in 2022.
Oh, thank you. I asked for more than what I said now.
So, and I have that information. So for the year 20 to 2010, for 2000 to 2010, there were 3,690 permits issued, an estimated value of $94,594,452, with total fees collected of $608,293.
Okay.
And then from 2011 to 2020, there was a small drop in the amount of permits, not a whole lot, but the value, estimated value, instead of 94 million was 144 million. And then for this year, it's very sad. We've got 20 permits to date for an estimated value of 401,000.
Well, wait a minute. You did 2010 to 2020, and then just what you just gave us.
2020.
11 to 2020.
Yeah.
And then what you just gave us was all of 21 and 22?
No, I just did 22. I believe that's what you had asked for.
What happened at 21?
Well, what was in 21?
I don't know. I don't think
I'm
anybody
going to
asked.
skip a year.
I don't know, but I can
It
find
doesn't
out.
make sense. No, okay. Just can you fill in that the 2021, and can you send that to us and send it to Beth?
Yep.
And Jody, and those board members. So permits is not necessarily new construction. Permits are additions. Are they decks?
Yeah,
Are they-
everything, yeah.
They're all permits.
Yeah.
And they're not, by permits, they're not also, because we're looking at the building inspector, we're not looking at electrical permits or.
No, I
other-
didn't have, no, she did not include electrical or gas permits when she did the lists for me.
Okay, fine. Is there any way to break out, and I understand the total assessment and then the values to the town,
Yeah.
but is there any way to break out housing permits,
Yeah.
new construction?
So you just want new single family homes for these dates.
Yeah, for
Okay.
those dates. But also, I do like that information that you provided. I think that we should have that. I think planning should have that.
The only
Okay.
thing about putting that in writing and giving to you guys, Janet wasn't real keen on the estimated value since it's not really fixed in stone.
Okay, so let me go back a minute. So
Okay.
when you got the estimated values, you got what whoever was applying for put on their permit.
Correct.
Okay, so it's not the translated assessments from the
Right.
assessing office.
Correct.
Well, I would put that as a caveat. And the reason why I say that is because generally they're going to be higher values than what is put on the permits.
Correct.
I can bet on that.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would make that as a caveat that these are not the actual assessed values, that
Okay.
these are the values written on the permits. Therefore, when you say the estimated income, it's actually a lower estimate than what might actually occur.
Yep.
Okay,
Okay.
and I would just have that as a caveat. I really think that's important information.
Yeah.
Especially along with, I'd like to see the new construction
Okay. All right. So
permits. And you know what? There again, the values don't matter. So what do we have for permits? And basically, I would just use the increase in a percentage of increase in values through the years
Okay.
as a town.
Yep.
As
Laura, do you also want to see if there's any accessory apartments in there that were built?
yeah,
If you can break that out?
yeah.
Yep.
And I'm sure there were. I'd love to hear that there were multifamilies, but I'm sure they weren't. And we
Yeah.
need
Not since
multifamilies.
2000. No, that's not true. When you say multifamilies, you mean two families?
Yeah.
Or,
Like in-law apartments?
no,
What is she asking?
she's asking if there's been any multifamilies. No, because I feel like we weren't allowed to build any multifamilies. Weren't they? Hadn't they said?
Correct.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
know
so-
that,
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
but we need that.
Yeah. Oh, I know we need it. Yeah. We need a lot of things. We need some elderly housing. We need
Yep.
a lot of things.
We need another apartment complex. And again, we need to make it easier for people to build because it's more expensive to build now than it was before.
Oh, yeah.
So they don't need a harder process to add time and money to the development of something.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
If we're not discussing that anymore, we need to go into executive session for the two abatement applications that we have.
Okay, so I'll move that we go into executive session to discuss abatement applications.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Julie Byers, yes.
Laura Schifrin, yes, and that's at 4:32 p.m.
Okay.